How can a person keep doing something and stick with it for a long time if they don't have this conviction, this skill, and these values, patience? The second thing, consistency, even in small amounts, reflects clarity of vision. What makes you set aside 10% of your income if you don't have that clarity yourself? It means clarity in your vision. What is it, do you think, that makes you visit a relative, such as a family member, once a week and keep up with that visit week after week? What is it that makes you, for example, consistently and reliably care for your mother every single day without fail? You spend a certain amount of time with her and choose specific times, except that this means you have clear goals. Welcome, viewers, and may God bless you. Today we discussing the law of consistent small efforts in this interesting and beautiful topic, which we will talk about in a detailed yet simple way with Dr. Ibrahim Al-Qaeed in lessons on time and life management. Doctor, you have elaborated on the law of consistent small efforts in some of your books. Can you give us a general idea about this topic? Beautiful. Thank you very much. Brother Khalil, may God bless you. The idea of consistent small efforts is truly a great concept, just like other great ideas in the culture and religion we belong to. Our culture and religion offer us great values and ideas that are very important in life and that we benefit from. And the consistent small effort is something that is done in small amounts but is continuous. Look at the small stream that flows and gathers in a place where water accumulates. After some time, you will find that it has become a large area, a big swamp, or even a small lake from that little stream. Look at the drip, drops of water falling one after another. It's something simple and light, but in the end, it truly becomes something significant for us. It pierces the rock. And look at the other small things we do as well. For example, if one of us reads a single page of the Quran every day, it would take about 600 days. And if he reads 2 pages a day, then in about 300 days, less than a year, he would finish the Quran, and so on. The idea of consistent small effort is that it is something easy for you to do. Simple, quick. It doesn't take much of your time. But in the end, it has tremendous benefit, very great. Take a look, for example. Suppose someone wants to build up financial efficiency for himself. He doesn't have a lot of money. His salary is modest. What should he do? He should turn to this beautiful principle of consistent small effort. Open an account and put 10% of your income in it every month. 10% might laugh at himself after a month, 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months. He'll say, what is this amount that I've saved? It's a small amount, but still. But let him keep going for 2 years, a year and a half, or even less, or more. I mean, and honestly, there are many experiences and many wonderful things that happen through consistent small efforts. Okay, doctor, some people say that they have the ability to maintain a lot consistently and they can apply this principle based on their financial capability, like the example you gave on the economic level, and on other levels as well, such as memorizing books or the Quran. How do you view this concept for those who believe they have the ability to sustain a lot over time? Well, look, Brother Khalil, consistent small efforts are the opposite of doing a lot in a short burst and then stopping. Many things that are done in large quantities or at a big scale over a short period, people simply can't keep up with them. I mean, neither psychologically nor financially. That's why this idea of consistent small efforts comes from extensive human experience and has become a principle for that reason. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in a well-known hadith, the most beloved deeds to Allah are those done consistently, even if they are few. Meaning, for example, if I were to ask you to say Subhanallah 100 times in one sitting, some people might find that exhausting. They might do it once, twice, or 3 times and then stop. But if I tell someone to just say it 10 times, but repeat that after every prayer, for example, twice, it adds up to 100 times. That's right. So you did a a small but consistent act, and it's ongoing beautiful. This is the concept of consistent small actions. It's a very important strategy and helps in achieving both big and small goals. Excellent. All right, doctor, you say that consistent small actions, or the law of consistency, requires a plan. Why is that? Yes, because in reality, consistent small actions don't work without a plan. For example, if you want to save 10% of your income, if you are convinced about saving and you have made a plan that you want to save a certain amount during the next year, 2 years or 3 years, you won't be able to keep up with consistent small action. You might do it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then you stop because you don't see any benefit from it. But if you have a plan and you know that, for example, after a year and a half, you will have an income of 50,000 or 30,000, you saved up this 30,000 in this way, and you need it to use as a down payment to buy a car, for example. So where did you apply the principle of consistent small actions? You applied it within a plan of consistent small actions as well. We even talked about remembrance dhikr. It's true, for example, if you set it after the prayers, that's it. You've incorporated it into your prayer routine, which you do 5 times a day. So if you tie dhikr to that, you'll find yourself continuing with it, and so on. Charity, for example, say you obligate yourself to give a small, consistent amount. That's right, like 10 riyals a day or 100 riyals a month. For example, with your salary, or when you get your salary, tie it to your salary, take a small amount from it and give it as charity, but make sure you do it consistently. So the concept of consistent small actions is something that has been tried and proven extensively in people's lives.
Let's hear your perspective. And the important thing that caught your attention, Doctor, can we say it's the powerful idea behind the concept of consistent small actions? What is it?
First of all, my dear brother, consistent small actions employ the value of patience in a person's life. They make a person patient. How can a person keep doing something and stick with it for a long time if he doesn't have this conviction, this skill, and these morals? Patience. The second thing, consistent small actions reflect clarity of vision. What would make you set aside 10% of your income if you didn't have clarity in your vision? What makes you visit a relative once a week and keep up with that visit? What makes you, for example, consistently care for your mother every day? You spend a certain amount of time with her and choose specific times. Unless you have clear goals, and so patience is put to use. Clarifying your goals is also something simple for human nature. Human nature is afraid of burdens and large responsibilities. That's why if something is simple and consistent, it's easier for a person to do, to work on, and it's more comfortable for them. Another thing about doing a little but consistently is that it helps you plan your life. If you are able to provide, if you are able to do something consistently, then you are able to achieve your goals, but in a small and gradual way. I always say, meaning, I describe it to students who love feasts. I tell them, now, if you want to eat a meal, I slaughtered a sacrifice for you and placed it all on the plate before you. Will you eat it all?
Of course not.
It's hard for you. Maybe in the past, this would have been difficult for us. But if we cut up the sheep, put it in the fridge, and took a little bit every day or two and ate it, would you eat it all?
If it's a small amount and you do it regularly and consistently, naturally.
So here is the virtue, meaning the consistent small effort.
Okay, Doctor, how do I apply this as examples? The consistent small effort in maintaining family ties.
This is truly one of the very important things. The consistent small effort in keeping family connections. For example, I give this advice. The most important thing in maintaining family ties is your father and mother. Of course, if you are with them, you have no problem, meaning you see them all the time and sit with them. But if, for example, you live far from them, then you must set aside time each day to visit them. Sit with them and talk to them. Let this time be half an hour, less or more. Let it also include something you choose, pleasant conversation, stories, things that strengthen the bond.